friends, it is Tuesday, November 21st. We just finished our Board of Supervisors meeting. We started at 9 and ended at about 1 o'clock. It was Supervisor Bronson's last board meeting, and so we had a lot of people come up and thank her for her 27 years of service and for really breaking the glass ceiling and allowing, gave me the opportunity to serve as chair since, she did it first, I did it second, and hopefully we'll continue to have many women follow suit and serve in leadership positions here in Pima County. So first off, we are collecting Toys for Tots. We have one here at 33 North Stone in the lobby, also on the 11th floor. It is a campaign to collect new and unwrapped toys for donation throughout our nonprofit organizations. They're going to be collecting through December 11th at 5 p.m. So if you could, please come down and, donate an unwrapped toy. The transportation department staff will be collecting boxes beginning 8 a.m. on December 12th. So please go ahead and donate if you can. Tucson Botanical Gardens is having the Lights Up event. This is Southern Arizona's newest holiday tradition. It is in D5. And so what they're going to be doing is there's our second annual Festival of Illumination, Lights Up. And so you can stroll through. It's beautiful. And it's starting now for 6 nights a week, Tuesday through Sunday. So please go check out Tucson Botanical Gardens. And then the 9th annual United Hearts of Arizona Shoe and Jacket Drive will be Saturday, December 17th. And the reason why we're giving you this heads up early on is because if you could gather any jackets, underwear, gift cards, what they do is they gather all of the donations and provide to 200 low-income students from 10 elementary schools in the South Tucson area and TUSD. So the South and West Side. This year they're including TUSD, Sunnyside, Pima County, City of Tucson Ward 1 and Ward 5 are also going to be collecting. And the big celebration is going to be Saturday, December 17th, 9 to 1 at El Pueblo Senior Center. And that's at 101 West Irvington. So there's a lot of opportunities for us to give back if you are privileged enough to have enough to give, so please consider doing that. I want to thank Luke Knipe of our Pima County Communications team for coming down and leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. It was really lovely to see you. And to Stephanie Moskin, she is the Tohono O'odham Outreach Coordinator from the Pima County Recorder's Office for the land acknowledgement. Thank you so much for coming in person and reading that. We really do appreciate that. We had 35 speakers. 9 of them thanked Supervisor Bronson for her service. 5 of them were in support of the ATF Rule 22-R17 and including Moms Demand Action, and then 14 in opposition of a new jail. So we had many speakers, and we allowed everyone that signed up had an opportunity to speak. So regarding the votes that kind of stood out for me, we voted 5-0 to ask our Pima County lobbyists to work and increase the Arizona lottery allocation from $6 million back to $10 million to the Arizona State Parks Heritage Fund. If you look on that agenda item, you'll see that that fund has contributed a lot throughout Pima County to a lot of different buildings, organizations, a lot to Pima County in order to preserve heritage. And so I think it's really important that we get that allocation back. That's very helpful. We passed 4-1 the approval of the canvas for the November 7th election. And this must be passed in order for the city, should the city decide to do a recount of any portion of any election, Pima County has to approve the canvas. And so that item passed 4-1 with Supervisor Bronson voting no. We had a financial update that is essentially indicating that we're going to increase our reserve from $93 million to $103 million. $1.7 million is left in unrestricted fund balance, and the wage appeals are nearing the end. And so we did have a speaker, Sergeant Cross, spoke about the concern that he has that if anyone has a break in service from Pima County, so let's say you work for 4 years, you take a break for 10 months to go and care for a family member or have a child, anything like that, and come back to Pima County, that the allocation, the the time starts again. And so during this financial update, we had we were told that Administrator Lesher started a climate action executive team to really look at solar installation and conservation efforts within Pima County, all of our properties. And so I think that was really great news. And big changes to code amendments for Pima County. Landscaping, we hadn't looked at that amendment for 40 years. And so what that code enforcement changes is really encouraging water conservation, which is great, and really encouraging native landscapes. And so for all new developments, that's really what we're looking at. And then a change to allow for guest houses to be on county property. So really what that is doing is not really allowing for rentals, because that sort of changes the whole zoning. But our current, as of today, what changed is any dwelling that is not attached to the home, like a garage, that kind of stuff, those were really easy to sort of put up in your yards. It was guest houses that had a lot of other kind of hoops to jump through. This sort of eliminates all of that, and it's essentially an outside dwelling like everything else. I was asking one of the differences between the city of Tucson and the county, and really what it is the county, you can have a kitchen, you can have all of these things, but it's really for multi-generational living. And so for aging parents or a child coming back from college and you kind of have taken over their room with other things, you can go ahead and build a guest house, but you cannot use this as rental income. So I think that that's good, and we're going to continue to explore that. The other is a communications, item number 29 is specifically for PAC to get funding in Spanish to outreach to different zip codes, which I think is really beneficial because many of the surrendered animals are coming from different areas of town, specifically more in certain zip codes. And so this is just to acknowledge that that's happening, that perhaps outreach in Spanish and letting the community know of the kind of services that are available at PAC is great. And then we had an item to support the proposed ATF Rule 22-R17. And so what that does is it's either through our county administrator and a letter of support. Right now, our lobbyists are going to be, during this public comment period, letting them know that Pima County would like to the federal government to enforce background checks for individuals purchasing firearms. That item passed 3-2 with Supervisors Bronson and Christie voting no. We went through the D3 appointment. And that was a really, that I think Supervisor Bronson was on for that call. We voted unanimously to accept Supervisor Bronson's resignation effective November 27th, and then went through a debate about what the process was going to look like. In collaboration with Administrator Lesher, there was a draft there for questions. There seemed to be a lot of back and forth and resistance, specifically from Supervisors Bronson and Christie about a questionnaire. And it's attached if you want to look at it. There were some questions that were deleted. It was essentially a draft. And I didn't want there to be such animosity about a questionnaire. So it was my suggestion to just remove it. So what you do if you would like to apply for the position, all of this is going to be available on the county website. It will be a letter of interest, resume, financial disclosure form, and then filling out the conflict of interest form, acknowledging that you know that there will be a background check, and that our county recorder is going to be looking as to how long candidates live, that they're living in D3 and that they are Democrats, because that's also a requirement. We will be accepting applications through Friday, December 1st at 5 p.m. And then we're going to provide an update to the community on December 5th. More on that, please look at the clerk's website and also Pima County's website. Our next meeting is going to be December 5th. I want to, we'll be providing that update. This weekend, I'm really looking forward to spending some quality time with my family, and I'm very thankful for the many blessings in my life, and I hope that you all have the opportunity to do the same. There is one of the proclamations that we had, which is Small Business Saturday. So if you are going to do some early holiday shopping, I really encourage you to stay local. Shop at our small locally owned businesses. 68 cents out of every dollar that you spend stays here in Pima County and stays local. So happy shopping, everyone. Thank you for keeping up with Pima County politics. Stay safe.